The first one I wrote recently, just because life has been kind of shitty in 2016. And, I feel like one of the things that our society is deeply lacking is empathy, personally. So I just wanted to write a poem about that. But this is called Pixels. I want you to know that it's okay to be fluid, that a man you've only ever seen on your television screen can't dictate who you are. That your body is made up of thousands, millions of little cells, all beauty and dust. And your television screen is made up of pixels. Made to look real, but when broken down are only tiny dots of color. Have you ever been afraid of a color? I hope not. I want to tell everyone who's afraid of a color that there's a reason why the earth is more beautiful on sunny days, that the landscape that you stare at is made up of thousands of colors, all blended together to take our breath away, and even so, we still have so much to learn about the rainbow. I want to let you know that it's okay if you feel like a boy or a girl or nothing at all, but the only thing I hope that you feel for sure is like a rocket ship soaring to the moon, because on the very day that you were born, you were launched into an atmosphere hoping to disintegrate you at every turn, and even so, you still hold steady. I want you to know that the only difference between you and NASA is that they signed up for the journey, and well, you were born into it. And yeah, I believe that everyone deserves a trophy just for showing up, but because I know that you won't get one, I want you to know that there's enough blood vessels in your body to go around the surface of the earth twice. So believe me when I say, you're ready for the journey. I want you to know that it's okay to want to die sometimes, to lay your head down to rest and think about all of the hills you've already climbed and how tired your bones are. It's okay to think of all the mountains still forming in the distance, how much you resent them and how scared you are. But know that one day you'll have climbed more mountains than even you can remember. And the next generation, they're going to come around and they're going to want to borrow your map. With wide eyes and fluttering hearts, they're going to ask you how you survived it. It's okay to tell them about all the wrong turns and detours, but make sure that they know they'll survive it. And I want you to know that love is not a checkbox on a survey labeled sexual orientation, but love is the way that your nightmares tremble at the sight of her face. That you don't have to fear the people that you've come to love just because the pixels on the television screen are forming a mouth and they're telling you that your kind of love is wrong. I want you to know most of all that we're not getting out alive. So I want you to keep your chin up, because even if your eyes scan a wall filled with thousands of words written in pure hate, there are people here with more positive words in their soul than you could ever fit on a wall, and they'll make up for it. There are people here that get a shot of oxytocin every time they see the sparkle in their eye, and they need it now, more than ever. I want you to know that because we're not getting out alive, then why not fight through the fear and the anger and leave a path of neon glitter and paint behind us so the people who come after know the way. It's okay to cry, to scream, to dream, to laugh, to fight it, to want to punch all the walls, but I beg of you, please, above anything, stick it out. We need you here. The world has bigger plans for you. I've come to find that if I stand really still and open my eyes really wide, then all of the people in the world and the entire planet has more beautiful colors than any you could ever find on your television screen. Thank you. Thank you. And the next one that I have is actually, I wrote this probably like, I don't know, maybe a year or so ago. But yeah, I wrote it for my grandfather, and he actually passed away recently. But I wanted to revisit this poem just in in memorial of him. So it's called Heaven. When I think about heaven, I think it must be like going home. My leg is no longer shaking out of fear of what happens when fate crashes into chaos and you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. My best friend is no longer confused. There's clarity to the ifs and the whys, and it's not found in a bottle of rum. She is the rum. She has the answers. When I think about heaven, I think it must be so filled with words that we'd be tripping over them. So my grandfather would never again have to search for the ones he lost, and either would I. Even when he says, "Baby, I think it's getting worse." The music is never too loud and the silence is never too quiet. We still ask questions, but we're not afraid of the pain that comes at the end of a period. When I think about heaven, I think it must be a pretty large place. Large enough to fit my too big personality, my dreams, my anxieties, but small enough that I never feel like I had to fill the empty space with a guy that doesn't even know my number. When I think about heaven, I think all my friends must be there laughing about, man, what a trip it really was when we thought the only way we could fly was found in a pill bottle, and we looked at stars through our phones but forgot to look up and wondered why the magic was no longer real. In heaven, we don't lay to rest on a bed filled with pillows, but we fall to sleep on a mountain of tissue, so when he tells you he can't love you, you're already laying on something soft that can catch all of the pain. And your mama, she'll be there, but she'll never have to utter words like, "I wish I could pay for your college tuition," or "I wish I was better," because she'll know that her words are like milk and honey, that money doesn't grow on trees, but she is your tree, and her limbs will regrow every time she gives you a piece of herself so you can rebuild your life. In heaven, we're all 26 years old enough to know better, but young enough that we're not waiting for our moment to die. So when thunder crashes into lightning in our corner of the sky, we'll sit back and watch it like a fireworks show, because we'll know in heaven, no one really gets hurt. So when I think about heaven, I think I must be going home, to sit on a porch swing in the beginning of spring, because my heart will have thawed out and the butterflies I chase will no longer be in my stomach, but dancing in the cool morning air, because, like me, they'll finally be free. Thank you.